guys, hope things are doing good. Lovely day again today in England. Really nice. The weather's coming out. One good thing is I used to have hay fever really bad, really severely, and hardly feel anything throughout the summer nowadays, so hopefully this summer will be even better and I'll have no sneezes. But anyway, I was just thinking, as I usually do, and I wanted to tell you about a little kind of I suppose way of thinking that I do, and something that I feel like is really beneficial for people to hear. I'm quite a creative person, and being a creative person, living in, for the most part, a very, I wouldn't say uncreative world, but a lot of the job spaces tend to be uncreative, and some of the architecture and people's way of thinking is very close-minded, and I watched a little short film by a guy named John Butcher. You should check him out. And this guy has created something called Lifebook, and very, very inspirational to me, because he's basically turned his life into a living masterpiece, and I love that terminology, and it's something that I live by more these days. So when I wake up in the morning, instead of focusing on the bad things, focusing on the negative things, what I tend to do is to think to myself, how can I turn this day into a masterpiece? How can I turn my life into a masterpiece? How can I work towards something whereby I wake up in the morning and everything that I do and see around me, as I consider it a masterpiece? I really like that terminology. Whenever I think about that, it kind of puts this fire inside my stomach that I think is really powerful for manifestation. And I don't know, for some reason I think that, and it gets me really excited about everything in my work. Suddenly becomes more exciting. I suddenly start seeing how I can turn my environment into something more beautiful, how I can turn myself into a masterpiece, my kind of fashion sense and how I look, etc, etc. But anyway, John Butcher's doing a masterclass on July the 5th, and I've signed up for it. And it's a 30-day, what is it? A challenge? It's a 30-day course, like a deep dive course into how he lives his life. And he has 12 different areas that he's perfectly balanced. And if you see his life, it really is a beautiful masterpiece. He talks about his relationships, his intellectual life, his health, which I wouldn't, probably not going to agree with him on everything on that section, but it's really interesting. He's created this book called the Lifebook, and people go through this course and basically get really, really deep into what they want out of life, just something people don't think about anymore. But anyway, I suppose that's a short thing. I'm going to do it myself. I'm really, really looking forward to it, actually, because I've never actually seen anyone who's created such an amazing life that resonates with me. I think that's the most important thing, because he's an extremely creative person, and everything that he does is very creative, and it resonates with me personally. But I wanted to share that vision and them ideas with you guys, because I know that there's a lot of creative people out there that need to shift their thinking a little bit. And if you can stop focusing on the bad things and think to yourself, how can I create a masterpiece that's my masterpiece, look at the world like a blank canvas, then I think will help a lot of people. And it's just something to try out. Just try it on. That's one thing you need to do when you're learning how to master the mind, is you need to try different things on. Not everything works for everyone. That's why there's thousands and thousands of people out there telling you, this is the best way to love yourself, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do. It's like, yeah, they're all got value, But at the end of the day, it's what resonates with you personally that's very important. So yeah, there we go, my little thought for the day. Just wanted to make a little quick discussion on how hard it is sometimes to heal. The issue is these days that so many people's bodies are just incredibly sick that healing properly sometimes is very hard for people. You see, you got to think of it like this, you know, while you've got your body into a really bad state, but in order to heal it, the body still has to go through all the processes it usually does in a normal day to function. So I suppose it's a little bit like living in a very large complex mansion, and the whole mansion is degraded and, you know, it needs a complete refurbishment, but at the same time you've got to live inside that house. Do you know what I mean? So the body's needs to find extra time in order to heal itself, and this is one of the reasons why it's so difficult. Another one of the reasons why it's so difficult is that we live in the age of information, the age of quick fixes, the age of, you know, speed, and people are so used to everything being quick these days that they just can't understand why the body cannot heal itself quickly. And it's just not possible. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. You know, a beautiful garden didn't grow overnight. It takes time, and it takes a lot of commitment and a lot of hard work. So the other issue really is having the faith that this is going to work. The issue, you know, there's so many different health modalities out there at the moment that just don't work, and people have spent thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds in order to try and heal, trusting in something that's new, often thinking outside the box. You know, obviously you read stories that it does take time to heal. Having that faith, having that drive to do it is also difficult as well. But I think the thing that really helped me was Dr. Wilson's articles really resonated with me. Like, when I compared his work to a lot of the other stuff that I read out there, it just really sounded right, it just felt right. And I guess it's some sort of soul-heart connection. So I urge anyone to do that, is to just try and feel into things from the heart, listen to someone's heart rather than their words. You know, and you'll get much more out of the person than what you will do if you just listen to someone's words and just kind of took their word. And another issue that's popped into my head is credibility. We put so much weight on people that have got, you know, PhDs and doctorates and, you know, this and this, and, you know, I've got a degree, I've got a diploma in nutrition, but people just want to see that doctor's sign. And if you really looked and understood about how the medical industry came about and how all the funds are distributed, you know, if you looked into medical drugs and cancer and vaccines, etc., you'll begin to put a picture together that a lot of this stuff is false information, and in reality what they're trying to do is to get money out of people, really. But anyway, that's just a few thoughts, and I'll see you soon. So I got a couple of questions on the YouTube channel that I want to discuss on the vlog. And the first one was a comment by, I forgot the person's name, but she was talking about, is dancing strenuous? Because obviously sometimes I go to dancing. And basically I think firstly it's obviously important to realise that I have been healing for a long time now, around 6 years, so I do have some energy. However, when I first started the program, I probably would not have gone dancing because it was just too heavy for my body at the time, because I was just too fatigued. However, we do recognise that exercise is beneficial on the Nutritional Balancing Programme, and we do recommend light exercise, and I personally think that dancing can get put into that category. The good thing about the dancing that I go to, which is called 5 Rhythms, is basically an open space where someone puts on a nice playlist of music, and you basically dance however you feel like you want to dance. So if you want to dance quick, it's up to you. If you want to dance slow, it's up to you. And in all honesty, if you want to stay on the floor all session, that's absolutely fine too. But yeah, I mean, as times progressed, and I do have a little bit more, I do have more energy, and my clarity is back. You know, naturally, as a human, you do want to be around other people, other wholesome people. And one of my friends, Ian, who's also on a nutritional balancing program, he actually recommended me to come to the dancing class. So I'm around, you know, pretty spiritual, open-minded people, people that have a good vibration, basically. So I do think it's beneficial in that respect. But yeah, just wanted to clear that little question up. And the second question that I want to clear up on the vlog was from another person who asked me basically, how many supplements am I taking? Am I taking less now? And am I comfortable with the supplements that I'm taking, with the amount of supplements? My supplements haven't decreased. I still take the same amount. I feel from the beginning. From my experience and my understanding, it does take a lot of years before Dr. Wilson feels comfortable that the supplements can get decreased in the body. I know a lot of people have a lot of different discussions and ideas and opinions about supplements. For me personally, I do just go off Dr. Wilson's advice, and he basically says that supplements are quite yin for the body, but they help support the body a lot and help detoxify the body and inject the body with a lot of minerals, which we're seriously lacking in. So it just gives us that extra boost and that stability, especially for people that are in patterns like 4 lows, 3 lows, you know, stress patterns, etc. It helps kind of balance the body. So I kind of agree with that. I'm, you know, so it's not really a problem. I don't really know when my supplements will get decreased. Probably not anytime soon. I do actually put myself in the category of someone who was very, very sick. So it has took me a while to kind of build myself back up to normal, and I'm still healing, just like everyone is on the program. All the practitioners are still healing. So yeah, I haven't really got an issue with that, but again, I hope that's cleared up that question. Cool. If anyone else has got any questions, then pop them in the comments box. I'll get around to answering them at some point. And thanks for watching. Bye.